Hi, Otarel. Hi, the Great White. Hi, everyone. So we're doing a live on Lerato's story. And just the aim of this live broadcast is just for education and to give hope to those that may be affected by cancer. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for joining the live. Thank you so much. Hi, Candy. Hi, Candy Joy. Thank you for joining the live. I'm Dr. Mandisa Muraudzi, and I am doing this live for education purposes and to give hope. And my special guest today will be sharing her story about her journey. And I hope you stick around, guys, and you stay tuned. Hi, Shells Pearls. Okay, I'm gonna start. So, what's gonna happen is we're gonna start the live now, and I am going to add Lerato, our special guest tonight, and she will share her story. So, welcome everyone to the live. This is Dr. Mandisa's page, and yes, my name is Dr. Mandisa. That's how you can address me. And thank you for coming and for watching the live broadcast. And just going to introduce our main topic today and the reason why I'm sharing the story. So a diagnosis of cancer is not an easy one on the patient and on the family. So this live broadcast is aimed at educating and giving hope to you, the viewer. And I'm gonna be with Lerato tonight, and she'll be sharing her journey on how she kicked cancer in the butt, or how she beat cancer. I hope it brings hope to families that may be affected. So, those that are here viewing this broadcast, I hope you share one day. And when you share one day, a family that is affected by cancer, which is in childhood or adulthood, is will be given hope by listening to Lerato's story. So I'm going to add, hi La Posh, hi Billy Chaka. I'm gonna send a wave to everyone. Hi guys. So I'm adding Lerato now. Miss Nzima, hi Miss Nzima. If you have questions, you can type in, and then I will ask some questions. So I've invited Princess Lerato to join the live. So while we're waiting, hi Nzima, Miss Nzima. Thank you for joining the live. Princess Lerato has joined the live. So I'm just going to invite her again. I hope everyone can see me, they can hear me. Just gonna try and invite Lerato again. Hey.
Oh, sorry, camera. Hi.
Hi, Lerato. Hello. How are you today?
Thanks yourself.
Good. I know we spoke earlier, but I know everyone wants to know how you are. How are you? Thank you for giving me your time and for your bravery. So
No
please feel at ease.
problem.
Feel
No
at ease.
problem. Yes.
Um, so hi everyone who's joined. I'm just gonna send a quick wave to everyone. Hi Tato Boy, hi Mushiana. So Lerato, please just tell me about yourself and how you were before the cancer diagnosis, and also you can just share your journey and about how it was when you had received the diagnosis and your full journey with cancer.
So everything started around when I was around 11 years old. I was in grade 6. So it was beginning of COVID in 2019, and I started getting really sick. I had like a big stomach, and we didn't know what the problem was at first. So this one night, I couldn't sleep because my stomach was very, very sore. So I woke up my mom, and the next day we went to go see a doctor. I was quickly referred to Rahima Musa. Um, they've been misdiagnosing me there, and until my cancer had gotten to a later stage, but I hadn't known yet, as the only oncologist from that hospital had COVID, so he couldn't come in to check me out or anything like that. So I was then referred to Charlotte Maxeke Hospital in Johannesburg, and within the same day, I actually got my diagnosis. It was a really scary day. So my doctors, when I got there, they done a blood like that. They done a few blood tests, and one of my doctors, my favorite actually, she was the one who diagnosed me, Dr. Mahlajane from Joburg Gen. They came back with my CT scan results, and they told me that I had a stage 4 yolk sac tumor in my left ovary. I didn't take the news well, as I still had to process everything. I mean, I did cry because I thought I was gonna lose my hair and everything.
Yeah.
But I wasn't worried about anything else, to be quite honest. And from there on out, it was a really long journey. But I've made it this far, so yes.
And when you received the diagnosis and they told you that this is cancer and this is stage 4 tumor, how did everyone take it? Your family? How did mom take it? Was your mom there? And how was it for your family?
So when we arrived, I was with my mom. My twin brother, I have a twin, yes. He was at school that day, so I had missed school for like about a week because I was really sick. So I was with my mom when I was told, and she was just as shocked as I was, because I mean I was just a child. I was 11 years old, and to find such shocking news as your child has cancer, like I don't know how she took it in, but I would feel as if it was really scary for her too. But she knew that she was gonna be there for me, as she's my mother. She was going to hold my hand throughout the whole journey. And within the same day, we had called my father and like my family, and they were just as shocked um, as we were. But I would like to say that they handled it better than I thought they would. They were
Yeah.
with me throughout everything. They were very supporting, like very, very supportive. So yes, I liked that really much.
Thank you for that. And I hear that a yolk sac tumor is quite rare,
Yeah.
and it is like highly. They said it's highly aggressive. So what was it like when you were going through treatment, and what was the treatment for that cancer?
So when I was diagnosed, the doctors from my hospital, let alone in South Africa, didn't know the type of cancer that I had
Hmm.
or how to treat it. So it was a bit delayed for me to get my treatment as they had to call specialists from other country to ask how to treat the cancer, what type of cancer is it, and how do they go about it. So I was put on chemo, I think 2 weeks after my diagnosis. It was a very short chemo. So like I remember three so far, which was six platinum, which is one of the strongest chemos that you could get, as my tumor had weighed over 15 kgs, which was really big. I had platin, carboplatin, and blumycin. Those are the three chemos that I'd go through. So they would change around. I would have a 5 day cycle where I would be put through the six platin and blumycin, and with my 3 day chemo, it would be a higher dose of cisplatin, blumycin, and carboplatin.
And did you ever go like do surgery and radiation? Did you go through that as well?
I only undergo surgery. I went through surgery. I had three operations. One, I don't know if you can see, I have like two right here,
Yeah.
which was my port, because as a chemo patient, the chemo burns your veins. So it is very hard to get blood from you or for you to get your chemo, as like it's very hard to find any veins. And then I also had my major operation where they took out my left ovary, I think 2 years ago. Um, with the long scar by my stomach, yes, and a biopsy.
Okay. All right. So, what was the most difficult part of getting cancer treatment? What was the most difficult or the most challenging part of it?
Well, since I was a child back then, the only thing that that really worried me, was my hair. Because as they give you chemo, it like weakens you and your hair falls off. That was the one thing I was worried about. My hair, my eyelashes, my eyebrows, everything came off. At the moment, it was the only thing I was worried about, as I wasn't really knowledge. I didn't have knowledge about cancer and how bad it was at the time. But yes, those were the big challenges, and the vomiting, losing weight, that was all unexpected at the time.
Hmm. And I just got a comment from Miss Nzima. She said she remembers this very well. She remembers also supporting you by cutting a cheese scalp when you were losing your hair so that you don't feel alone. And she said you're a well-spoken, smart girl, and so proud. And she's so proud of how far you've come.
Thank you.
You remember her?
So actually, during my time when I was taking chemo, since I'd lost my hair, and that was a really big deal to me. People had like a lot of people I didn't know, had cut their hair for me. They went bald for me. It was hashtag bald for Princess Lerato, and there was also a 702 walk the talk. It was the walk for the radio station 702, and so many people, so many supporters, people I didn't know, were walking for Lerato, and they posted it on their pages on Instagram, on TikTok, on WhatsApp, and it was just so shocking, as it was so much support from people I didn't know, and that really brought up my spirits.
Oh, that's beautiful, Lerato. Like everyone was supporting you, and I'm sure that helped you feel better when you were scared and when you were going through the challenges, right?
Yes, it really did.
Oh, and How long did you spend at the hospital?
So within the first time that I was diagnosed, I think I spent over a month, like without going back home at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So, depending on the chemo I would get, it would take about over 2 weeks, a week,
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks to a month that I would stay at the hospital as the chemo makes your blood count really low, which makes you immune to a lot of sicknesses and a lot of risks. Therefore, you are not allowed to leave the hospital until you feel a bit better. So it would be
Mm-hmm.
like really long times that I would stay at the hospital ward.
Yeah. And how was that experience? How did it feel when you couldn't go home? And what are the things that made you cope with the challenge of mom leaving you or staying at hospital for such a long time?
So the first problem was that I was away from everyone. The only person there with me was my mom, as it was COVID and chemo patients, there you aren't allowed to see a certain number of people as you are very immune to sicknesses.
Mm.
So I was with my mom throughout the whole period, but the problem was that my brother and I were separated as like we were used to being with each other every single
Yeah.
day. It was weird adjusting to it as he'd stay here with my sister while my mom was with me at the hospital. That was a really tough time, but what made me get through it was my mom.
Mm.
And there's a foundation called Reach for a Dream. So they would come to the ward and bring like special gifts and toys for the kids to play with, which made it really special to us chemo kids, us cancer kids. It made our time there feel more special as we got to know each other as the patients. I had, I also made friends at the hospital ward, teenager friends, and that's what kept me going. And the
Mm.
support from the people, yes.
And any favorite doctors or nurses at the hospital?
I do have a favorite doctor and nurse. Sister Trish, she is the best person. She's the best nurse. She kept me going throughout my whole journey. She was very kind and patient towards me. We talk till today, like I have a number. We chat almost every day.
Mhm.
She kept it going for me, like she'd keep presents for me. She'll call time to time. She was the best. Like I wouldn't have anyone take my blood but her. When I would come for my day my checkups to the hospital, and my favorite doctor was Dr. Matlachane and Dr. Mapule. They made it really easy for me throughout my chemo. They understood me as I was very problematic, especially while taking my meds.
Yeah.
Um, they kept me going.
Hmm. And like you told me that there's a clip where there's this medication that they gave it to you, you gave it to yourself because it was quite uncomfortable for you to for when it was just running through, right?
Yes, that was one of my chemos actually, the blue mycin.
Mm.
So what I would do is, the doctors would come in and like they would come in with the chemo. It was like in a big syringe. So they would like usually put it in like in one go, and I would complain all the time until Dr. Matlachina was like to me, you know, you can actually do this yourself, for as long as you'd like to, for you to be more comfortable. So that's how I ended up putting my own chemos time to time.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I would never like inject myself. Like that's pretty brave.
Yes.
That's really brave. What helped you feel better when you were sad and scared? What really helped you feel better?
Well, the gifts.
Mm.
Let me start with the gifts. I would get a lot of gifts. So I started this teddy bear collection, where people would buy me teddy bears and flowers, and like I would keep the teddy bears with me. And there was this one actress from a show. He was my all-time favorite from Gomorrah. He sent me a video telling me how proud he is of me and how strong I am, and that really kept me going as he's a famous person sending me a video like that, which was really shocking. Like I was a child, I was like, oh my gosh. Also, sorry, Doctor, what's it called? Oh, Dr. Kanyile, yes, Dr. Kanyile.
Yes,
I
yes.
had once
You know,
seen her
Dr.
on
Kanye.
a television show, and I'd followed her on like my TikTok and Instagram. She, like, when I found out that she was going to be my doctor, that was one of the best times ever. Because I was like, wow, that kept me going, like, wow.
Yeah. So it sounds like you met a lot of cool people, and it's like it's the support from the people, and the meaningful gifts and sentimental gifts that kept you going.
Yes.
And did your family and friends, schoolmates, classmates do anything special to make you happy during your time
Yes.
with cancer?
Yes, so my family, most majority of my family went bald. Like everyone, my grandmother, my mother, my brother, my sister, my aunts, they all went bald. Like they told me that they knew how much my hair meant to me and they wanted to support me throughout my journey to make me feel more comfortable and like almost everyone at school as well. They were so excited to see me coming back as we scheduled a visit one day in my primary school, and then I visited my classmates, and they were really happy to see me and see me doing well before I went back to school. But yes, they did support me.
So, this gesture, just going bold, it means a lot, right?
Yes.
Because, yeah, I see it's such a kind gesture. And so, Lerato, how has your life changed since you were diagnosed? Since you were diagnosed, and yeah, since you came back.
So with the chemo, it caused a lot of side effects. As it harms, the chemo is like a poison harming you. It kills almost every cell in your body,
Mm,
and that has affected my hearing. It affected my kidneys, my liver, my lungs, my heart. So it changed me in ways, as in my exercising. At some point in school, I had to stop participating in sports or PT for school as I had very shortness of breath. Like my breathing was very short. I couldn't really walk a long distance as the chemo and the cancer affected my lungs. It also affected me in like my diet. I can't really have a lot of sweet things as it feeds onto the cancer. Um, I can't drink what's it called, Coke anymore, and like it used to be my favorite all-time drink. I can't drink coffee. I have to have a really strict diet, and I have to watch out for myself. There's certain stuff that I can and can't do, which is really it limits me to an extent.
mm. And that's in order for it to not to feed any cancer cells, right?
Yeah, so that's why I also had to cut off on a lot of sugar, as the sugar and Coke, it really feeds on the cancer.
Mm. And are there any things that you enjoy now that you couldn't do during your treatment?
Yes, food. So during chemo, you had no appetite, none whatsoever, and therefore I lost a lot of weight because I would hardly eat, and the thing that would like keep me alive and like the nutritions that I would get were from the fluids that they give me via a drip. But I used to not eat anything that I would eat, which would be very little. I would vomit it out, and that made me like afraid to eat. Like I couldn't eat. I would be full all the time. I had no appetite. So food, I really love food now.
Mm, mm. Okay, so it's the biggest thing was food.
Yeah,
You couldn't really eat.
anything. And going out. I couldn't, I liked swimming, so I wasn't able to swim. I wasn't able to go to crowded public spaces. I wasn't able to go to school for a certain amount of time, which led me back a bit, but I wasn't able to be with people. I wasn't able to see people, be with my friends, because again, my immune system was really weak.
Hmm. And but now are you able to swim? Are you able
Yes.
to exercise for long? And you're able to do intense exercises now?
Not really. I still struggle a bit with my breathing. It's still kind of adjusting to like walking a distance. Woo. Yeah, that is, I run out of breath.
Okay. And I see that you still go back to the hospital for some checkups and blood works?
Yes, I do. I now go every 3 months for my regular checkups. But then since the chemo has affected other organs in my body as well, I now go see a gynecologist. I have to see a cardiologist, a pulmonologist, and I'm also now going to an audiology test in March because my hearing is a bit bad now. Again, the chemo affects a lot of things in your body. So even if I'd be done with the oncology, I'm still undergoing treatments for the other clinics as well.
Yeah, I can hear that it affects a lot, and I hope things do like improve on in all your other organs and your hearing, and you're actually growing up and you're very smart and outspoken. I'm really glad that girl, it's not limiting, it's limiting, but you are pushing through, ne?
Yeah.
What advice would you give to another child who is currently going through cancer?
Well, first, they must drink their medicine as it helps. I was really problematic, as in I would struggle with drinking my pills. I would take time to drink my pills. There was a point in time where my professor had to come in and ask me why am I not drinking my pills and stuff because I would refuse, as I would always vomit it out, or the pills would be hard to swallow. So I do suggest that if you are undergoing chemo, you should really drink your medicine and get all the support that you could. Try stay healthy and away from the sweets, especially sweets and sugar, as they really feed on cancer. Listen to your dietitian because they know what they're doing.
Yeah, shout out to dietitians, listen to your dietitian. Um, and if someone was feeling scared about being in the hospital, what would you tell them, to motivate them to just, go through it and yeah.
Well, firstly, I was also like very like afraid. I'm still am afraid of needles, but then I had to accept the fact that these doctors are here to help me and not be against me. So whatever it is, whatever I have to go through, I know the outcome would always be a better choice. I know I would feel better, I would heal. So in order for me to heal, I need to go to the hospital. So no matter how afraid I am, I have to think for the future and how it is good for me to go see my doctors, do the tests that I need to do, and that makes it a little less frightening as you look into the future and you see yourself feeling much better.
That's great. And what helped you to stay hopeful during the process?
My doctors and the other patients as well. I would look. There's this one patient who helped me go. Like she was with me throughout my whole chemo time. Tiamo. She was also my chemo buddy. We'd go to the hospital around the same time, And once I saw how better she was doing after her chemo, her hair had grown back, she was healthy, she continued, she graduated high school and she's now studying law. So she motivated me really, really much as I saw that I can also outgrow this, I could fight this and do it.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So also looking at other people's journeys and just sharing what you're both going through actually kept you hopeful, right?
Yes, it did a lot.
Okay. And I'm actually really glad, that we have a good health system and we have good doctors and good nurses and other healthcare providers. So it actually just gives me hope, and I'm hoping that everyone that is listening, must, have hope for our country, that we're on the right track and there's treatment. Look at you, stage 4. You went
Yes,
from stage
stage
four
four.
to now in remission. There's no cancer, and you're doing well. So there's really we at a good place as a country and as a health system.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
last question, go. What dreams or goals do you have for the future?
So, especially now that I've been coming from the hospital and I have experienced how it is, um, I've been now wanting to be an oncologist for quite some time, helping children deal with their battles, go through chemo. As I also have gone through it, I feel like I would understand it more as a chemo patient as to how it feels like, the pain. I would be more understanding to the patients and stuff like that. So yes, I've been for some time now wanting to study medicine because of that. And I also been wanting to spread more awareness about cancer as people, especially people from a young age, aren't really aware about cancer and the symptoms, how to treat it. I would be spreading, I want to spread a lot of awareness. As at school, I have already spoken to my teachers about doing something for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month this September. Because people, last year I was the only person wearing my golden ribbon at school because people weren't aware of such things. People didn't know about childhood cancer awareness, nor do they know the signs of cancer or anything like that. So spreading awareness is my the first thing that I would do.
Wow, that's such a big dream. I'll be there to share notes on medical notes and textbooks, Candy Joy said, super proud of you, Princess Lerato. I was recently diagnosed with breast cancer and I went for my second chemo on Tuesday. Thank you for sharing your journey. I found hope from you, baby girl. Kisses. Kisses. Kisses
Well,
to you, Candy Joy.
I'm grateful that you have seen some light through me, and I will pray for you. You'll go through this journey. You will get out better and stronger. I can promise you that. As you can see, I'm also now fully better. I've grown my hair back, and I'm now healthy. So I have hope in you too.
Yes, yes. She'll be in contact with you and mommy, and I'm thankful to you for your bravery and for sharing your journey with us. And I'm definitely going to share this keep it online just so people know. On the 15th of February, which was last Saturday, it was International Childhood Cancer Awareness Day. So that was one of the inspirations for me to share your story. And I'm so glad to have known you, Lerato, and to have seen your journey. Although I was not in the province, but I'm so glad that you are well, and thank you for sharing about your health and your journey. Is there anything you want to say before we end our chat?
I would like to say that no matter what you're going through, the outcome is always greater. what you are going through might be difficult at the moment, but always look at the positive side of things. Just like me right now, I am now more aware. I'm spreading more awareness and giving people hope. Even though what I've been through was a really tough battle, I could now be an example of what's to come in the future to people.
Thank you, Lerato. And thank you to Mommy, La Posh. And thank you to our viewers. Thank you to our viewers and for engaging. Next week, hopefully, I will have a pediatric oncologist on our live just to give a bit of medical education. But your sharing your journey was very educational. It really taught us, me and everyone that's watching, a lot, and it gave us inspiration. Look at you, look at your long hair and your strong hair, look at your glowing skin. And I know that you might not be consuming sugar, but look at your skin. You have glowing skin, girl. And it's healthy, and you're benefiting from taking the advice of your healthcare providers, of your doctors. And yes, I'll that message that says listen to your dietitian. We will listen to our dietitians now, and we'll visit. I hope everyone will visit their dietitian, because they're also doing a great job, and diet plays a huge role in our health.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Lerato,
Thank
and say hi to your twin as well. Ne?
you. Will do.
All right, guys. I'm going to close the live now. I don't see any questions or any comment. Hi, and thank you everyone for joining the live. And I'll post the live, and thank you so much, Lerato. Have a good
Thank
evening.
you. Bye.
Bye.